Chaplain services. Hey. Okay. I'll just ask a colleague to switch on-call dates with you. That should be no problem. Yeah. No. Per diem for hour? No. Yeah, just ask one of us, and one of us can easily probably do that. If you have a problem, let me know. And then if I have to figure out how to do it after that. But hopefully somebody will switch with you with no problem. Okay, are you feeling good about the date being moved up? Right. Mm-hmm. Great. Oh, that's real good. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's a like 50% jump. Awesome. Okay. That's good news. Good news. Oh, good. Of course. Yeah. Oh, that's good news. Okay, let it just keep moving in the right direction. That's awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Well, good. Thank you for the update, and I'm glad that it's good news. And yes, just if you can't get someone, then let me know. Then I got to regroup. And then we're off in our productivity, so I have to think through what do I need to do to make sure I don't make our productivity worse. But I don't want to think about it and figure it out unless I have to. Yeah, that probably London circumstances. Hopefully, she'll be able to. That would be perfect. Okay. All right. Awesome. 35. That is awesome. Ah, but it's working. Yeah. Right. Right. That's so encouraging. So encouraging. Yeah. That and all the prayers. So we'll keep doing the prayers too. Yes. Awesome. This is good. How was what? Good, good. I'm hanging in there, managing all these little transitions, but it's yeah, it's coming together. I'm hopeful to have a new per diem very soon. Hopeful, yeah, that will help a lot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just slowly trying to figure it out and realizing administration's still trying to figure stuff out too. Yeah, so that helps. Yeah, so it's a slower move than I had expected, but it's coming together. Yeah, so no complaints. I'm just taking it upstairs. My meeting started. Perfect timing. All right. Let me know if you have any problem. All right. Thank you. All right. You're welcome. Bye-bye. Hey, Lisa. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm
Thank you
good.
for the extra time.
You are welcome. You're welcome. Everything okay?
Yeah,
Good.
the guy that was over, Chris, he
Yes.
was having some issues and he was wanting to talk.
Oh,
And I
good.
didn't want to just hang up abruptly.
Well, I am appreciative of your communication, and I'm sure Chris was appreciative of the time.
Right.
Good, very good. What did you want to cover today?
Um, I think we went over the indicators last week. I think we did all of them, I believe.
Yes, I think all yours are done,
Okay.
which is
Um,
great.
I don't know if you want to do the weekly reflection, do that. I don't, I mean,
It's up to you.
yeah, that'll be fun. That's the only other thing I have. And
Okay.
the project I've done that. And yeah. And the final,
Okay.
I've done that as well.
You've done your final. In your final, do you have all your um, outcomes and indicators in one place?
That's what I was asking you about. Did we have to put all that on there? You said we didn't have to add it on there.
Okay.
It only asks for like 5 different ones. Like it says student reply or something. And I did add five, the ones that asked for it.
Okay.
Do you need them all on there? If you do, I mean, I can go back and just put them on there. It's no problem.
Right. No,
Do you want me to pull it up? Do you want to see what I'm, or
yeah,
no?
let's pull it up. Let me take a look at it, please. That will be helpful.
Let me let me find it right quick.
What I was trying to do too, find it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna send your makeup back to you today with just a few comments so you can
Okay.
anticipate getting that. Oh, where is it? Where is it?
Evaluation. Okay. Do you want me to share it?
Yes, please.
Okay. Which one is it? Okay.
Okay. Okay. Scroll on down. Okay.
Keep going.
So, okay, yes, this is the part where the question was, do you have to do them all or just the ones that are listed? Keep going.
Like right here, student comment. Um,
Okay.
and I did put the one for that for 4. Um,
Okay. So it does, you can keep scrolling. It does have all of the indicators, but it's only asking for a comment
mm-hmm.
and and an assessment. Okay. That's what I recalled. I just wanted to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're great. Let's look at your weekly reflection. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. No problem. Mm, just one, I think. Okay. Did you already do read this one, or do you need me to read it over?
Let's read it over, please.
Okay. I received a call from a church member, PS, who needed the insurance policy. I told her that I thought that was taken care of over a month ago. She said no, that SS had not turned it over.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No problem. So now I text and ask her to send it to PS, a copy of the policy. This person is very challenging to work with. Instead of texting back, she calls and immediately has an
Mhm.
attitude. Reverend Moore, my mom has been trying to get in touch with PS for over a week to meet at the bank to get the insurance policy. Not sure if that is true because she asked why she needs the copy. She said, my mom and my husband know what the policy is in case something happens to me. I told her that they needed a copy and that there should be a copy in the office as well, as the head trustee should have one. I told her that there's no security risk with anyone having an insurance policy. She said that that is not how we do things. The policy goes to the finance and one in the safety deposit box. She said, well, this is the right time for me to pass this whole thing over to someone else. That's why I don't come to church. Everyone is constantly questioning everything I do. I told them, I'm sorry you feel that way. They have to ask about the policy because the finance requires it. I told them I'm not attacking you. I very simply asked you to give PS a copy of the policy. She then apologizes and tell me that she would get the person what they needed. PS and her mom want to run the church entirely, and they both have stopped coming to church because I wouldn't let them have their way regarding a different situation. They want to be in charge of all the keys and important paperwork and become upset if anyone needs them. I'm trying to be a coach and help her see that it is not a personal attack.
That's excellent. So as you go into the behavior, um, point out to me where you are functioning as a coach.
Mhm. Well, when we were talking on the phone, I just was telling her that, you know, asked her, did she see that the church needed, the policy? Can she see that, they're not trying to, it's not an attack on her. It's not that we're questioning what she do or her authority or anything. That, you know, could she just possibly see that they just need the copies? It's not anything against her. They need the keys. It's not anything against her, you know. But I
So
don't know.
the coaching, you're trying to explain how the other people are feeling and why.
I don't know necessary feeling, but just
Or
why we need what we need. It's
okay,
not an attack, on her, but it wasn't. I don't maybe I wasn't coaching. I don't know because it wasn't helpful because she still got mad and anyway.
right. So the triangle was U, SS, and
Her
PS.
mom, yeah, yeah, PS, yeah.
Uh-huh. And so identify everybody's role in that triangle based on the
Um,
drama triangle.
okay. I guess SS seems she feels like she's the victim. Um, um, PS, I guess is the pursuer, maybe.
Persecutor? Okay.
Oh no, well, yeah. Well, no, I'm the persecutor. I think she felt like I was a persecutor. So I
SS
don't know.
SS felt like you were the persecutor.
Yeah, because she was yelling at me and mad. She was really mad. And I'm like, then she had to catch herself and said, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have talked to you like that. So I don't
Right.
know. But and then there's PS, I don't know what role. I don't know. Because I felt like she felt like I was the persecutor.
PS felt like you were the
No,
person.
SS felt like I was the persecutor.
Okay.
She was,
Um,
yeah,
let me share my screen for a second. See if I can find an image of it that's helpful.
okay.
I don't know that I can do it, but I'm going to try.
Yeah.
See. Oh, that's not the one I want. Okay, let's see. How do I get this
Do
to
you want me to take this
show?
down?
I'm gonna yes. Uh-uh. It's not the one I want. Okay. See if I can do it. I might not be able to do it with this laptop. Nope, that's not what I want. So, um, see if I can. Let me try it one more time. Let me close this. See if it'll let me do it. Because it helps if we can see it in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. It's not showing my screen, is it?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm gonna try it one more time. If it doesn't work, we'll do something else. Because the last time it shared, it showed you.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not what I want. Trying to get this. Yeah, and it's still showing you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's so funny. Okay.
There. That was it.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can make it show it again. You see it? No,
Not now.
not
Mm-mm. But
now.
it was showing a blue triangle or something.
Right. What did I do that is not showing it now? Okay. Technology. Is it nope? Is that it?
Right there. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So if the red is the drama triangle and SS comes to you,
Mm-hmm.
SS is really a victim. She needs something that she hasn't gotten that PS is
P.
holding.
No. PS is the victim, and SS is the
Who
person.
who is
S.
in who is in need of the insurance policy?
PS.
So let's just call her P to keep me from getting
Okay.
confused.
Okay.
P comes to you. She's a victim of not having gotten
Right.
the
Okay.
policy
Gotcha.
earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And she invites you to rescue her.
Mm.
And you rescue her by persecuting SS. But you're not trying to persecute SS. But you try to rescue the victim PS who needs the policy.
Right.
Okay. Now certainly SS feels like like you are persecuting her given the way she responded, especially raising her voice. But you're aware of the dynamics of kind of how she feels about the church, and that's why I don't come, and always going there. So if you want to shift out of this triangle and instead you want to be a coach, when PS comes to you, I wonder what it would be like if you didn't rescue PS.
Right. And I did tell her she needed to go back and ask for it again. Um, but she wouldn't do it. She didn't want to do it.
So the thing about victims is one of the ways to shift them out of being a victim is to help them perceive choices that they have. Because victims feel like they don't have any choices. That's why they want you to rescue them because they
Okay.
don't have any choices. So you can be a coach with her, a creator, or a challenger. And in this situation, it sounds like PS might not have been open to your initial counseling. Go back to her and ask for it again. How what might creator questions be? Your initial coaching to her. What might creator questions be to PS as opposed to you coach her, instruct her, go back to SS and ask for the policy. And she's like, I don't want to do that. So a creator question might be, well, what do you recommend? As opposed to you rescuing PS and fixing it, I'll do what I told you to do. Do you hear how that's rescuing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So then what might questions be to help PS figure out how to resolve her issue. And
Mm.
one open-ended question might be, well, what 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 do you suggest? What are your thoughts? What are your recommendations? Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And we can't, to a degree, we can't predict what she's going to say. But instead of you rescuing her, you either encourage her, empower her to become a creator. What options do we have? And or you challenge her to do one of those options she might identify.
Okay.
And that breaks you out of the triangle and it
Mhm.
shifts it into the empowerment triangle. Any questions about that? I'll stop.
No.
Okay.
No. Mm-mm. No, it makes sense.
Did I?
Hey, I hear you now, but you had froze or something.
Right. No, I think I accidentally left the meeting. So I
Oh,
stopped the
okay.
share. Okay. So now I'm in there twice. But so easier said than done.
Mhm.
And we certainly can't imagine what PS would come up with. Might be a lot. But
Yeah.
there is a certain ownership if PS comes up with it. And if PS, you and I both know part of what PS is going to say is, well, you just ask her for it
Mhm.
and expect you to fix it. So I'm just encouraging you to hear the dynamic of you rescuing or you fixing. Understand in a pastoral role, this has all those other challenges too, because you're often trying to just get something resolved. But talk about how it feels to think about trying to not step in that triangle and not rescue and not fix.
Um, I think my life would be easier if I would definitely do not be a rescuer, but be a be a coach or whatever because I don't know. It just it kind of escalated anyway on Sunday and went somewhere else. So it's just a
Oh my
lot.
goodness. Right. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. And so I'm going to stay in the chaplain lane here because this is a challenging situation. And I want to encourage you that in that moment when you are inviting PS, oh wow, this is important. What are some things that we can do or what are some things that you can do before you even invite that open-ended question of challenging or helping her being a creator with her.
Hmm.
There's the chaplain moment that can actually be very beneficial because what you can open for PS is this has got to be frustrating.
Oh yeah, and I did say that to her.
Yeah, talk to me about that part.
Okay.
Inviting her to express how she's feeling, coming alongside her, what's going on, that can create a space where PS can sort of diffuse herself
Hmm.
and be more open to thinking creatively with you and coming up with solutions. How was that conversation?
With you talking about the one that just kind of escalated and got out of control?
No, with PS. Well, you didn't have that conversation. You said I'll ask SS to get it to you.
Yeah. Oh, when I know which one, I'm getting a little confused. I'm
The
sorry.
initial, the write up, because that's really all I know. I don't know what happened Sunday.
Okay. So you're not talking about Sunday. You're just talking about the write up.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy to share what happened Sunday, but my only point for the write up is I know you're wanting to shift away from the drama triangle, and
Right.
so part of it is to come alongside the person and not fix
Right.
and not rescue.
Right.
And so you
But
come along. Yeah, go
but
ahead.
when they say that they don't want to do it, so you said, so what can we do to fix this? So is that something you said I'm supposed to, something like that?
Yeah, and so what happens for you when they say I don't I you offered a fix, go to see go to SS and get it.
Oh,
And
so it was
she
still
said
that was
no
still a fix.
fix. Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's different to say, let me come alongside her. Wow, this has got to be frustrating. And then she expresses her frustration.
Hmm.
Sure, a lot of stuff comes up for you. This is has been an ongoing situation. And she expresses that. And then the invitation becomes, well, what do you think can be done? And a lot of times, a person who's going to be a victim, expecting you to rescue them, will say, I don't know, nothing. Or they may, and they may, with just silence, keep going through their victim stuff till they finally say, I guess I could. And they come up with at least one thing that they could do because it isn't so much what can we do to fix it? What do you think you can do? And it may be, well, I called you. So well, that's a start. What else comes up for you? And you just keep gently turning it back to them, not in a way to irritate them, but you're really wanting to encourage them to even brainstorm in their anger. They may
Right.
hit something. And if they can identify it as opposed to you fixing, telling them to do it, they have a little bit more ownership. And hopefully
Right.
they're moving out of the victim place.
Right.
Like I said, easier said than done.
I see it, and I felt like I was doing some of that last night, but it didn't have anything to do with this. It was a
Hmm.
Bible. It was a Bible study, and it was like, if you're looking across the room and see yourself, what do you think you need to change about yourself? But
Mm,
everybody always kept bringing it back to somebody else. Like
mm.
so I kept bringing it back to them. This is about you. This is not about anybody else in the room. What do you see that you need to change about yourself? And it took like 3 times for one lady. She just kept on talking. Well, this person needs to change. This person. So I kept bringing it back around to her. And so finally she was like, okay, well, I can see where I need to do this or that. I need to, and each person was like that. So I had to keep redirecting it back to them, you
That's
know.
excellent. That's coaching.
Right. So
Yeah,
I think I did well with that last night, and I was kind of proud of myself.
good, good. And I wonder if part of the challenge when you get the phone call is your own knee jerk reaction. Just fix it so we can move on. And that's really a part of your current pastoral leadership that you have an opportunity to change because of what you've learned in CPE.
Right.
Makes sense because you know what I'm saying? So that's great. So in a setting where you have more time, where it was not so pressured, you were in control and you were prepared, you were better able to keep redirecting a person, keep redirecting, challenging and coaching, encouraging them to become a creator. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
I want to
proud of
I want
yourself.
to stop being the pastoral role and start being the coach, with these two churches, but that's what I've done for seem like 20 years, you know what I mean?
Well, the
And
pastoral role is fine, but is it a pastor who's empowering or
right,
is that,
right, that's
yes,
what I'm
you
saying.
want to be
Yeah,
pastoral, but empowering
that's
pastor.
what I meant. I want that to change the way that it's always been done. as a
Yeah.
fixer. You know what I mean? I wanted to, like you said, empower them to be able to think for themselves, like, and fix things for themselves.
And it sounds like that's what you did last night. So that's a wonderful exercise and a wonderful kind of intervention on a behavior in the church that you have already assessed needs to change because you're trying to move towards this healthier church. And that's a wonderful way to do it. And you'll have, unfortunately, many opportunities. But every time you do these education moments, you're giving them the opportunities to pick up other tools. Because just like you, they only have but so many tools. And one of the
Right,
big tools is call the pastor. The pastor will fix it, whoever it is.
right, right.
And so I would encourage you, you're doing the work, be it the project, Bible studies, you're preaching, all the opportunities that you keep using to coach, to invite them to be creators, you're giving them more tools. And it just takes time. You're doing a concentrated, focused examination. They're not, they're, you know, but I think you're doing a wonderful job. And so I'm so glad to hear about last night, even though, like you said, everything may have hit the fan around the policy. But I love your observation of when you're doing it and your realization, hey, this feels better.
Yeah, it did. Um, not walking away being a fixer of it, but letting them see their own self in the situation and how they can change, and not keep bringing somebody else up, but just do self-reflection. you know
It's hard to do.
yeah, yeah.
Bravo to you. That's awesome. That's good. Your weekly reflections over the course of this very intensive unit have reflected significant shifts within you. And next unit, if we could look forward a little bit, you'll keep working with this BDTIL.
hmm
How are you feeling about using that particular tool?
um it's like it's something that's always like in the back of your mind when you're talking to people, even um like when we first got on for we did it online last night because it was raining so much, and I didn't want to drive that far over, and they were okay with that. But it was a lady, she was the only one on, and she was talking about some of her problems and a situation, and I was had some of the things in the back of my mind, and I was asking her some of the questions that
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't normally ask. I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry they did that to you. That's just things that I probably wouldn't have said before, but now I was able to just kind of ask her to say more about that. um and how does that make you feel that you're going through this and stuff like that. I was able to
Yeah.
talk to her with that language, and not just you know shooting a breeze or whatever. But I was able to, I feel like that it's in my vocabulary more, and I'm able to do that with other people as well. Even when I was talking with Chris, well, how does that make you feel and stuff like that. But I think the more I do it, the more it gets into my into my mind.
Into your toolkit.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so I don't want to lose that over the next 4 months when I'm you know not going to be able to participate with the class. I want
Right.
to keep I want to keep doing those things and using that.
And I think you can. And I so appreciate what you're saying about, hey, I won't be in the class. So it sounds like you're noting a part of your support network for these new skills will be gone.
Definitely. I've already grieving that process because even though I don't have my family here at least once a week, twice a week, I mean, doing IS and doing the class, at least I had the comfort of having that group and having those friends. So
Hmm.
that's going to be greatly missed. So,
Yeah, that's an
but
important observation.
yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to find some way to connect with some group or something to be able to have still have some kind of support.
Well, we're approaching the end of the unit. Are there any things you need to do in the closure process for you so that you have a healthy closure, healthy transition?
Um, I don't know. I'm not sure.
When you look at yourself standing across the room,
Oh, oh,
what
mm.
do you need to ask for you?
Maybe some check-ins from my peers. I don't know. Maybe some check-ins.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, because there's just not a lot of support on this end. Because if anybody calls me, it's always me supporting them. So it's not a lot that I have. I have one cousin that I call all the time, and she supports me greatly. But not my siblings, because if I tell them things, they're like, "You want me to come down?" No, I don't want you to come down here. I just want you to listen. Stuff like that. So I
Mhm.
just, I don't know. It's hard not having that support though, because I guess everybody looks to me to be the strong one, but they don't realize that you're not really that strong. I mean, we need support too. You
Mhm.
know, so I don't know.
Chris is clear about that.
Yeah, yeah. Because when we got off, he said, "If you need anything, just call me. I'll be there for you." So, you know,
So that is a part of your support network too.
yeah.
Let me go back to what you said. So I may need to ask for some check-ins. What does it feel like to even say that?
Um, it's kind of hard because you don't want the rejection of it's like, no, class is over. I ain't, you know. So maybe some rejection.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think that's the biggest reason I don't ask for help is because of rejection. That's my biggest thing because I've had a lot of rejection in my life. So it's just always there, you know. So,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know. I did have a pastor friend, but even though she wasn't the greatest friend, she always wanted stuff from me. Um, and when we were at conference this past summer, she got mad because I wouldn't get my car and come and get her and bring her up to where I was at. But my car was down where she was at. So I was like, that doesn't make sense. So you know, I know, call somebody else or something, or take the bus like I did. But anyway, she got mad. She hasn't talked to me since. So I was like, that doesn't make sense to me. But I know she always uses me and stuff like that. But it was at least I could still talk about my issues or whatever I need to talk about. But it was I had to grieve that process, which I did, but I thought that was kind of crappy just to get mad about something like that. So I don't know.
What made you think of that particular situation?
Um, I don't know, but I guess the fact that, like I said before, people don't really I don't feel like people really support me. They want my support to them, you know. That's probably what made me think about it.
Mm. And in her case, she said she was using you, or she
She
always
wasn't
wanted
a,
something
yeah,
from
yeah, she was like, um, hey, get on your computer and look this up for me and send it to me. Oh, look this up. I'm in the middle of something. Can you look this up and send it to me? I mean, it was constant stuff like that. One day I told her, I said, I am not your secretary. And she got mad about it. She's like, that was a mean thing to say. I was like, no, but I said, you act like I had three churches at the time. I said, I have three churches and preach every Sunday. and you have one church, but you constantly calling me, asking me to do things, and I got to get my work done and your work too. Type this up and send it to me and stuff. And it's just like, you know, too much. Because I have my own work. I'm like, yeah, she said, like, yeah, I do need a secretary. I said, but I'm not your secretary. You're not paying me to do this work. You need to find you a secretary. I'm not that person. So it was just stuff like that, just different things she would do.
And so she didn't reject you, it sounds like. You sound like you stopped.
Um, Being used, I had to protect my boundaries for myself. But I'm just saying, but that was ongoing stuff like that. That didn't happen recently. That was just stuff that happened. But the thing that when I didn't go get her when she wanted me to, because I was at this hotel and she was down at the other hotel, and my car was down at the other hotel, and she wanted me to go get my car, pick her up, and bring her back up to that hotel. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. So
Mm. And so I'm sorry, you set a boundary on the rescuing behavior, and she
right,
chose to end the relationship.
right, right.
That's risky because even though it wasn't healthy, there was some space where you could talk about some things going on with you.
Yeah, just laugh about things, joke about things and stuff. But you know,
So you made a choice to set a boundary, and the part of the consequence was the relationship ended.
yeah, I never would have thought it would have, but I guess that's just how it goes.
Okay. And so here now, you're thinking again about a relationship ending
Hmm.
and what it means for you in terms of a loss of support, and what it would look like to ask for check-ins.
Right.
There's a lot there. Wow.
Hmm.
A lot of risk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you said, the rejection piece, because you've had enough of that and you don't
Mm.
want to feel that again.
No, but
So,
it's just part of life, though. Rejection is.
well, I hear you. And rejection is hard. And maybe Alfredo would say it's part of the process of
Mhm.
life, right? And I want to encourage you that setting boundaries is an important professional skill. And I want to encourage you to perhaps not let imagined, perhaps don't imagine others rejecting you before you even ask for support. But it makes sense that you would, right? But but just realizing that, oh, wait a minute, I don't have an experience of rejection from these people.
Right.
So let me not project on them what I've experienced in the past. Maybe they'll just set healthy boundaries. And maybe their response will be, yeah, let's do a check-in once a month or whatever.
Right.
They set a boundary that's reasonable and healthy, and you be like, oh, okay, that'll help.
Yeah.
That'll be two check-ins before I have to turn in some papers or whatever, right? So I want to. So that's powerful. What you've just done. What have you just done?
Um, I don't know. I guess ask for something I need. Maybe I don't know.
You
Um,
functioned as a creator.
Creator.
That's what you were. You thought your way through that whole process. You allowed yourself to remember a past event and go, oh, yeah, I can see how that's informing me right now. Reasonably so. We're human. That's and you are creating. You're still creating, and you're trying to create healthy. Express what you need. Be mindful of boundaries, and express it to people who have the potential to offer it in a way that works for you. You're like, hey, not my siblings. They're gonna jump in the car, try to come beat somebody up. Not everybody in the church, because people in the church, there would be a violation of all sorts of issues of confidentiality and create chaos. Not
Right.
even other clergy, because they may use it against me, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So those are all boundaries, professional boundaries that you are setting. I'm not someone who's going to just use me, use me, use me. Sorry, secretary is not one of my callings right now, right? And you kept creating, even though it was messy and frustrating, and you don't have any direct answers. I'm not fixing nothing. And I'm not offering any solutions. I'm just coming alongside you. And you are functioning as a creator. Even though you had hurtful feelings of being rejected, etc., being used, all of that, you didn't sit down in the victim spot. Woe is me, I'm a victim. I don't know what to do. Right? That's what the victim does. You throw up your hands waiting for a rescue.
Mm.
You may even go to someone and throw up your hands like PS did,
Hmm.
wait for you to rescue or fix. But instead, you kept thinking it through and talking and reflecting, and you created. Hey,
Okay.
so just as give yourself grace and also a pat on the back, because you're not only wanting to use those empowering pastoral tools for others, you're wanting to use them for you.
Right.
And something that's important in the empowering part is the affirmation. You rock. I bombs, I would shake them. That was pretty awesome, Lisa. That was pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Right here in front of you. And some of the dynamics are grief,
Hmm.
rejection. It's not predictable. You don't know, all that stuff.
Right.
Pretty good.
Thank you.
Five
I
star.
appreciate it. 5 star? Wait.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Awesome. Is there anything else you wanted to cover?
No, I think I'm good. Everything seems
Good.
to be going along well, and
All right. Well, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Well done. Thank
you
you.
as well. Thank
All
you. I
right.
appreciate it.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Hello, how are you today?
Okay, thank you for asking. How are you?
I am great,
Oh, nice.
great.
I'm busy, eh?
Yes, but the alternative I do not want right now. So I'll take busy.
Okay.
So I had suggested that we look at your outcome and indicators for today, but it is totally up to you. What would you like to do?
Yes, I will love it.
Okay.
I cannot do it to the laptop, to the iPad because I don't know how can I handle. But I print it out. I don't know if we can work in that way.
Okay.
I don't know if you have it in your hands.
We can. I just don't have it. Let me make sure I have all the ones that I do have. Okay. All right. Where do you want to start?
Let's see which one. Everyone has a different category in the beginning. Let's start with the one who start with the category A in the top.
Okay. As a matter of fact, I'll pull them up in front of
A,
me.
B, I have two B's.
I'll pull a copy up in front of me.
Okay. Which one you have it?
So level two,
Yeah.
number one. Is that where you want to start?
Uh, yeah,
Okay.
what's level as the first one?
Okay.
Because everyone has level 2A, but in the outcomes category, start with a different category.
Okay.
It's category A, spiritual formation and integration. Category B, awareness of self and others.
So okay. So you want to start with category A, spiritual
Yes.
formation and integration. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Most
I
of,
have it in front of me.
yeah, most of those outcomes came because I have I meet with the patients and I share my verbations and also with you because most often I share my verbations before I share with my peers. I share with you what my
Right.
verbatim is about it.
Okay. So I think 1A, I don't have a specific one in front of me, but that strikes me as one that my question is around the evidence of your progress.
Okay, my,
That,
my evidence, I most often, when it's a verbatim,
hmm.
okay, when we share with the peers and when I share with you, and
Okay.
also with the passion
Okay.
as my most of my evidence of progress is like that, and also some of those are with my weekly reflection,
Right.
is where I take my evidence of progress, because in the last section, uh, when I wrote my weekly reflection, I put the outcomes.
Right. Okay. So the I'm pulling them going backwards to level two. So for sort of the narrative history, the first one, use where it says use knowledge of behavioral sciences can you share with me an example where you use knowledge of behavioral sciences?
Which one is it?
2A, Category A, spiritual formation and integration, the first outcome.
Narrative history use knowledge of behavioral science to understand how one's natural history informs one's value and beliefs about. Okay. All right. So the way I understand the way I wrote it, okay,
Okay.
is when we see the impact the impact that the person has when they know their place, their situation, their belief system and God, the way they can get being help knowing that or understand the situation in them.
Okay.
See, as a human, as a person, as an individual.
Okay.
How can we provide help knowing that that person is unique? Okay. And
Okay. So behavioral sciences would be psychology, sociology, those side of things. What
yes,
behavioral science are you using?
psychology.
Okay. So name the theory that you're using. What in psychology?
I always use to do my how can I say that, my assessment.
Okay.
Okay, the hope.
Okay. That's not that. So that would be, and going forward for that to be an area for you to continue to grow as you're learning, particularly in the next unit, as you're learning more of the behavioral science tools. So it could be like family systems theory or whatever other theory. So going forward in that, the demonstration of it would include that, not your assessment. That doesn't.
Okay, the family theory system. You say
That's
right?
one example. That's one example. Okay, let's go to
Okay.
the next.
Okay, the next one. Okay, I understand. I understand and implement those principles. Okay, relationship dynamic.
Uh-huh.
Demonstrate healthy relational boundaries in a spiritual care context. By understanding and implement those principles, spiritual care providers can create a supportive and ethical environment that fosters spiritual growth and well-being for all involved. Is
Which
when
one?
we
Which one was this?
is category C is the
C?
second one. Yeah.
Okay. C,
Re, re,
C9.
yeah, relational dynamic.
Okay.
It's an outcome two,
Okay.
relational boundaries.
Yes. Yes.
That's when we understand the limits, okay, that we have when we are when we are when we give it to the people, or when the people receive the spiritual care, knowing those moments, that we have around us, don't let them interfere with the care that we are provided to the care recipient.
So
Is that right?
relational boundaries is professional boundaries between you and a patient that may
Yeah.
be slightly different than between you and a staff person.
Just knowing who is the care recipient, knowing who is the caregiver. No?
Kind of. Okay. Okay.
Can you clarify that with me? And I'm gonna write something down because
Recognize the limits, you're right. And it's also maintain professionalism as well. So as you're doing in the next unit, the BDTIL, you want to pay attention to those, to the D, the dynamics, and be aware of any dynamics that are important to consider in an interaction. So for example, you
okay.
gave the verbatim of the security guard.
Uh-huh.
And when you shared that verbatim, you never talked about your professional relational dynamic with the security guard. Did you know him before? Did you know him as a coworker before
Yes.
you? Okay,
Yes.
you
I
didn't
don't know.
discuss any of that. So
Okay.
that's all very important for demonstrating that competency.
Okay. Okay. All right. I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to clarify my position as a chaplain and explain how uh, how I know or what are my boundaries when I meet with them.
Right.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you for clarifying those.
Mm-hmm.
The other one?
Yeah, let's try 11. Stay under the same category C, 2A11 or 2A.11.
Okay, hold on. Category C,
Mm-hmm.
2A.11
Yes.
is demonstrate one's ability to facilitate group process as appropriate to one's context.
Yes.
This one when we know that we have a group or a team who can help us, like when we refer to the teamwork about the best care that we can have for the patient, like when we ask them if they want to have some professional, if they are interested in see some professional regarding the matter the care recipient has it, like a psychology, like uh, you know,
Okay. Like other disciplines in the hospital.
exactly.
Okay. Okay. So that would be working with your spiritual care team.
Team. Yeah, when I refer the patient or I inspire them or I asking them, if they want to see the social worker, the
Right.
psychology, and
Right. This
other.
is not that.
Once nada.
No.
Oh wow.
This is relational dynamics in terms of facilitating in the group. So it could be among the group of chaplains, it could be your CPE group, but it's not
Okay.
spiritual care consult or referral. This could even be the group that you share with me you were facilitating a 30-minute, was it a Bible study?
Yes.
Okay, that's a group.
Oh,
So you demonstrate your ability to facilitate a group process that's appropriate for that context.
oh, Bible study. All right. And the meetings with the peers, because we have meetings once a month. Now we're gonna have once a week. And the dynamic in the group is about how we can provide better care for the patients.
Which meeting, what group is this?
The chaplains
How are you functioning to facilitate that group process? How,
with our reflections.
okay, so but here you have to demonstrate your ability to facilitate a group process, not just participate in a group. How are you facilitating? How are you offering leadership? Are you doing conflict resolution? Do you have insights from behavioral sciences or group theory?
Yeah,
As
insights. We share our insights with the group regarding the dynamic we have to have with the uh, different challenge that we face it through the week with the different care recipients.
oh, very good. That would be considered consultation.
Okay,
So that's not
but
it. That's not it. It's the group process. So, for example, the CPE group that
mm,
what do you know about group theories that we've talked about over the course of your time in CPE, not just this unit, that give you information about the group process? So, we often talk about Tuckman
mhm.
theory, that's storming, norming, etc.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's facilitating aware of group process.
Oh, that we talk when in the class, right, with the group when when you facilitate us about these topics, the family theory, the trauma center, all those programs that we discuss in the group.
Okay, right. But not about your individual
No,
interactions with the patient shared in group.
not in the group. Okay,
There you not
all
that.
right, okay. Could be more talking about the challenge we can face it as a chaplains,
Okay.
talking
That
about the solutions
right.
we can have when we face different dynamic situations.
That is consultation.
Still consultation. Okay.
That's right. Group process is how the group is functioning as a group. So, for example, we've had discussions in group where at some point you felt silence was important. And so you invited the group into a period of silence.
Oh, like when we are in IP, and I say this is the time to take a big drip, a big. Remember the time when I say that when we are in the group, and I say, this is the time for us to take a deep breath
Right,
and take time because the tension is right here, or something like that.
right. That's about group process.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Good. I have a question before I forgot because it's gonna take time to do this. It's about the you share with me about the time when I finished my fourth unit and I wanna go ahead of the time to be I don't know the word you say, you know, that I
To be
can get,
board certified?
excuse me?
Board certified?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Just share something to me to be
Yes,
pre-certified before I finish my clinical hours.
yes.
How could I do that?
So you're going to do probably the board certification through, um, it's called BCCI, BCCI. And what I'll do is I'll email you a PowerPoint that outlines it,
Hmm.
but it's called provisional certification.
Yeah.
And
And
it's where you apply for the certification, you finish the 4 units of CPE, and you have everything you need except the clinical hours. And they can go ahead and certify you pending full certification once you complete the clinical hours. So it's called provisional certification.
BCCI,
Hmm.
provisional certification.
Yes.
All right. So, but I have to have the letter from the church. You know the I forgot. I always forgot the name of the letter.
There's a
Yes.
whole application process.
Yes.
Yes, there's a whole application process. I don't think I have, let me see if I have it here. I might.
The amendment letter or the
Yeah, here's the board certification didactic. Um, I'll send it to you. So, and you can go on the website, but I'm opening this right now and make sure it's the right one. Yeah, and the link is on here.
okay.
Okay, I'll send it to you right now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I've been looking for the church who's gonna send the letter for myself right now because I want to be a step ahead and don't wait until the end.
Oh,
The board who is gonna who is gonna give it to me the letter for
the endorsement letter.
endorsement letter. Oh,
Yeah, it is. Is what denomination are you in?
it's a not denominational church
Okay.
right now.
You want me to your Yahoo email?
Yes.
Okay. Let me send it right now. Okay. And it would help to find out, to contact them and find out who they're going to require the endorsement letter from. Because when it's a non denominational church or
Yeah.
Presbyterian or whoever,
Yeah.
there's a particular group that has to send the endorsement letter. It's not a local congregation.
Okay.
Okay, so I just sent
Okay.
it.
All right. So I have to see for the specific church that came in the list. Of course, they have a list of churches, right?
It's not churches,
You
it's
go,
someone in the conference, someone in the organization. So an individual church doesn't send the letter. Like, do you have a superintendent or a bishop?
yes.
It's someone in that level sends the letter.
Okay.
And if you know another chaplain in your tradition who's been certified, that can tell you who it is.
Okay. Yeah, because yesterday I spoke with the Reverend, but I forgot with Reverend Joseph, and I forgot the name of the letter. There has to be the endorsement letter,
Hmm.
and he told me that he's gonna help me with that.
Okay, great. I don't know why I thought you were United Methodist, but you're not. Okay,
No, I'm not.
okay,
Yeah. All right. So that was my question. I forgot to send to you. I have it, my case study for the
okay,
grief. I already finished. I'm gonna send to you, and you see
okay,
if
great.
it's what you wanted or
Okay,
because
this is for your project.
Yes.
Good. Very good.
Yeah,
Okay.
and also I have already that for the movie.
Okay.
I have a case study about
Right.
trauma care about the movie. So I put my point of view about the movie. I see it,
Okay.
which was which was interesting. Was a
Yeah.
was a dynamic, you know,
Yes.
really really normal and the family system in those
Mm,
times.
yes.
Even though it's kind of old movie,
It was
you know,
very right.
the principles persist in this and the human.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's look at one more.
Yeah.
Let's go to category E. Category E, professional development. Number 18.
18. Demonstrate knowledge of ethical principles theory used in spiritual care context. That's the mean when you respect the belief system of the other person
Mm-hmm.
and you help them while walk along the way with them, okay, without using your personal belief system. You
No,
are
that's
respected. You respect them.
okay. That would be under their belief systems. Ethical practice, ethical principles, and theories are different. So, for example, you're in a hospital setting.
Yeah.
You remember talking about autonomy, beneficence, non maleficence, justice, the whole idea that you do the patient no harm, the patient's rights.
Uh-huh.
Hospital patients have something called Patient's Bill of Rights.
Yeah.
Those are all ethical principles, not
Yeah.
what you just described as belief orienting system.
Okay. When they ethical principles, in my understand, when you respect them as the way they see them, the way they see themselves as a person, you know, like with the gay community or any other community.
That would be belief orienting system or social cultural context. Ethical principles is something different. So
It's
when
not
you get a yeah, when you get a chance, research ethical principles in a hospital setting,
in a hospital setting.
and you'll get some very common ethical principles.
Okay, let me write a note.
Sure.
In a hospital setting.
Yeah, since that's where you are. Ethical principles in a hospital setting.
Okay. Can you give it to me an idea?
I just did
Well,
maleficence,
okay.
stuff like that. And those are the most common that, autonomy, the patient's bill of rights. Those are the most common ones in a hospital setting.
Okay.
Okay. Let's look at another one.
Yeah, because we are talking with Chelsea yesterday about the right of the patients, and let me if I can explain and tell me if I'm right and if I understand clearly about this, because a lady came to me and he want and she want to anoint the patient, but when the patient was aware, he didn't want to be anointed. Okay, so the aunt came to tell me that she wanted to him to be anointed, but he wanted. Okay, and one of the rights of the patient, you know, in the hospital, is if the patient didn't want it, doesn't matter who is it who want to anoint him, we cannot let him do it because he has his right as a patient. Am I right? When we respect that?
Where that is correct. Chelsea told you where those rights are from or what they're called. Do you
Yes. They call they're the principal rights and the I forgot what she told me where it came from. But there's the ethical right right here in the hospital. Ethical rights in the
right?
hospital.
Ethical rights comes it so it can be in a lot of
I'm gonna
different.
find exactly where they come from.
Yep, and that would be an example. The
Yeah,
patient's right to refuse care. In
yeah,
this case, it was spiritual care and it was anointing. And the patient had already articulated their preferences, so we are bound by what they said they wanted.
yeah,
Okay, that's a good
yeah,
one.
yeah. Okay, okay. All right. So when they didn't want to be intubated,
Same thing.
and the doctor want him to be intubated, but the patient didn't want it, so he has his right, his ethical rights.
That's right. And what document does the patient's right appear?
Yeah, I had to find that document. Which document is it?
So they probably talked about
Yes.
advanced directive. There you go. Those are examples.
That one said that's band director.
There you go.
Has the California Advanced Health Care Directive.
Very good.
And
That's
those
an ethical principle or theory.
oh I got you.
So
All right.
that and the other place is the patient's bill of rights. So it'll be interesting. There's others. So Chelsea may have shared something else, which is great. The more you
So
have,
those ones are the
that's what this outcome indicator is talking about.
okay. All right.
You got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got it. Yeah. So I have to write it down
Mm-hmm.
what the documents came from.
Yeah.
What was the situation? I discussed with
That would be
Chelsea.
evidence of it.
Evidence
There you,
growing. All right.
right. Let me know when you're ready to look at another one.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So let's go to category E again. 2B14. 2B14.
Sorry, but that one is for the next unit.
I'm
2B
sorry.
has to
2B. Mm-hmm.
two
I got
has to be 2A.
2A. Thank you. 2A14.
Spiritual assessment and care plan. Okay, that one is when we use the
A lot.
assessment of hope, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you give to the people the assessments. Okay, where can he where in which way he or she
Mm-hmm.
can have comfort in which areas or how they can get comfort.
Very good.
And we ask those questions hope of I usually scope or fika, either one,
Yeah,
depending on which it's another,
that's it.
When we use that, what is that? The triangular.
Oh,
This
the
this
drama
this is
triangle.
yeah. This is not
That's a behavioral
a
science.
behavioral science. Okay, when we are aware of the role we play in
Very
the
good.
dynamic as a pastor, as a
Are you a
coach, as
rescuer? Are you a persecutor? Are you a
yeah,
victim? Are you a coach? Or are you a
science.
creator?
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay.
Let's look at 2A16.
Demonstrates one ability to use the clinical method of learning collaboratively and creatively.
I don't know why creatively is on there. Just
Yeah, we have to be so clear.
what's the clinical method of learning?
Clinical method of learning. 16, right?
Yes.
You know what? I'm out right there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I use it and I don't know what exactly is.
You do, but
Yeah, see.
you don't know exactly what it is. When you go to write your evidence, it doesn't reflect it just because you don't know what it is, but you are doing it. So you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So it's the action, reflection, presentation, supervision, consultation, new action. That's that method. That's the
Okay.
clinical method of learning. So when you do, or integration, some people say. So when you do something, you write up the verbatim, you bring it to the group, you get feedback. The group may say, hey,
Okay.
about this. And then you integrate that feedback into your behavior. So if we take, uh, you do it all the time,
Yes.
but that
Is
piece.
that okay?
So the evidence isn't that you had the visit with the patient, is
Uh,
that you had the visit, you did reflection on it, you learned something, and then you integrated what you learned the next time, whether it was the same patient or a different situation.
all right. Let me write it down.
Hmm.
So all those are the clinical methods of learning.
There you go.
All right. Perfect.
And
Thank you for
it's all the steps. So you do it, the verbatim, the reflection
through the
on
verbatim to the reflection to the when we
the
do the
integration. To the
okay.
integration. You do differently. You do
Yes.
something different because of the reflection.
Okay.
That's the
Perfect.
method of learning.
All right.
I can't think of any more. Let me look through it while you're writing. So I'm thinking in your level 2 project, that's where your research will be covered. Okay.
Okay, I have it right here.
Okay.
Clinical method of learning is through the action, reflection, evaluation, integration, new action. And for example, when I made when I became the care recipient, okay, and I have a pastoral conversation or when I say a prayer, it's an action. When I say not reflection is when I reflect on what we said, okay, or about the emotional.
The reflection is when you do the verbatim
Okay, yeah,
and you discuss it
and
with,
and the evaluation is what I learned.
right? And then
So and I use in the reflection and I use in the verbatim.
when you integrate, when you do something different because of what you learned from the reflection.
Yeah,
So you said,
what I learned and in which way I apply it.
right,
What I learned. That
right.
is the integration.
Yes.
And the new action is
That's
like
integration is new action. They're the same thing.
oh, all right, okay,
Very good. So
nice.
when you look through that 2B, do you see any other one that you want a little more explanation for?
Not really right now because
Okay,
I'm trying
good.
to process all those that you share with me,
Okay,
and I think and the last one I think I understand a little bit more.
good.
So
So it
I have
isn't that you don't do them, it's just you need the language to go with it.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, because most of this I'm doing very often, and my verbatims and my reflection, and all my visit with the patients.
Yes.
Sometimes I discuss with you or with Chelsea because
Right.
I get her feedbacks.
Yeah.
Uh, because I spend like every day I spend like 15 to 20 minutes with her and the feedbacks and everything.
Good.
And I got the feedback from her about the Bible study because she was last week in the Bible study. So I used that to ask her for their feedback
What
about how
what was her feedback?
he, uh, she said that she didn't expect to me to do the Bible study and the professional way I did it. And she told me that she was surprised. And she said that it was okay for her the way I give it to the patients because I was focused on the cameras and I point the people who was in the rooms and I explain them and I say this word, do you who are watching me in the TV in your room, this word is for you. And she give it to me really good feedbacks about that.
Good.
And growing age also, he say you have to take time to let your translator to finish. You have to say more short sentence that she can translate better and those kind of feedbacks.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. And you use the hospital translator, the machine?
I use my wife.
Okay.
My wife is helping me and she's translating me from I give it the study in Spanish and she translate to English.
Okay. And Chelsea was fine with that?
Yes, yeah, they are agree with that. And they are working on her to be as a one of the persons who can be willing to help us.
Okay.
See,
Oh,
and
good.
yeah, so we are
How's the
working.
charting going?
What?
How's the charting going? The patient.
Oh, it's better. It's
Good.
better. Now I understand about the charity, about the outcomes, the my interview with the patient. Okay, about what the patient say about the interview, what was the feelings in the beginning, and what changes the patient say that they experience to the care to myself, what kind of care they receive it. They get comfort, they get hope, they feel so peace, so calm, just express what they feel and they were grateful to the
Okay.
prayer, to the conversation, to the words.
Okay.
So it's better. He say, yeah, I'm improving a lot, and thanks to you because you explain me how can I do that,
Very
and I
good.
understand. And she told me that I am improving too much,
Very good.
and also in my orthography.
Good.
Also, I improving because I've been more care about that.
Excellent. This is all great. I'm so glad to hear this.
Yeah, thank you.
Very good.
Yeah, yeah, I'm looking more for her. I know she has his pride and everything, but besides that, I use her more to
Good.
to to make me growing up because, because it's the idea. The idea is I want to growing up, so I have to be willing to learn and
Mm-hmm.
to accept, okay, all the feedbacks, even though sometimes I not agree. It's
Mm-hmm.
not about being agree; it's about being effective.
Good. Excellent. So that's one of the outcomes about your ability to take and apply feedback. So very good. And that would
Yeah.
be evidence of that.
What which one?
I don't know which one it was.
I'm gonna looking for. Don't worry.
I just know it's one of them, but that's an excellent evidence. Beautiful.
Okay.
Well done. Excellent. All
All
right.
right. Okay.
Okay. I will see you tomorrow.
See you. God
Good
bless
work.
you. Thanks for everything. See you
Thanks to
tomorrow.
you.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Hello. How are you today? Can you hear me? You're on mute.
Okay, I'm fine. And you?
I'm good. I'm very good.
Hmm.
What did you want to cover today?
I'm having real issues about my project,
Okay.
and I I just you gave me some heads up the other time, and I'm trying to figure out how to really put it, and it comes out good, but it doesn't seem to be coming out great.
Mm.
So, and I said this is a good opportunity for me to perhaps hmm, look at look through it with you. I'm trying to do something on colleague care and
On what kind of care?
colleague care. That
Colleague
is
care. Okay.
mhm.
Got it.
So, and I'm trying to what I tagged uh, the distressed medic, spiritual care in, or rather, spiritual care as self care in St. Agnes. That is my clinical site.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've laid out a few things like what the problem really is, how distressed all these personnel can be, and the difficult environment where they function. I've also tried to lay out, of course, while doing my sketch on the final evaluation, there are questions regarding the level 2 project. So that has also helped me, as a guide on really how what is expected, what I set out to do. So it hasn't I've not finished it, but I don't know if it's really what is expected in that project, whether I'm doing something way off the mark. So I said, let me mention it with you and see if is it something is it okay, a topic, is it an issue that, you know, is it weighty enough for that project?
Yes, I think it is. You do want to do a little research. So make sure you do some research. Do you know how to research?
Yeah, and some of the references in our level 2A, well, I'm trying to look at some of the things that are similar to what I'm, working on. But basically, it's the internet.
So I would encourage you not so much research from a book, but a little more current. Make it research from a journal. So you could go on the ACPE website. They have a place called research there, and just search your topic, and and that'll help you figure out that'll help you with the research component of your project.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, if I'm able to get something, I think I can sleep because it's been worrying me. I'm like, is this maybe
Yeah,
your
and you want to try to do it. So it's not just describing healthcare workers can use spiritual care as part of their self care. You would be specific in what way can they do that, and there's all sorts of ways already going on at St. Agnes.
Yeah,
How
I've,
are
I've
you going to do something different?
I'm trying to, some of these things are already there, but my own issue is just to escalate it, and you know,
Okay.
of course, all the medics learned, what spiritual care is all about, but often they perhaps gloss through it. They don't really. So, but if my thinking is, if I as a chaplain can, bring what we do closer to them. I'm trying to design some kind of instrument. Those things are already there, but bringing it to the front burner so that they will see is something that they can really. The chaplain is next door. The chaplain is at the press of a button. The chaplain can show up. You know, so that's the whole thinking about it.
So what are you going to do?
So I'm trying to, perhaps design some um, instruments where they can have a little flyer in the nurses' rooms and every available space where they can look at it and say, "Oh, call the chaplain. I could do with the chaplain for this conversation." Of course, some Catholics already do it. You're going for another visit, a chaplain, a nurse, a doctor. So, can you hear my confessions, please? Things like that. So, and also, it's not just a sacramental presence. So that where every personnel can, you can spare 30 seconds and say, please, is it okay to talk about this and that with you? And just the chaplain is handy. That's my thinking. So
I don't
that,
understand what you're doing that's different than what's already there.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's already there, but I want to. Okay, like we did recently the Nurses Week.
Okay.
So there are where social platforms, even where they gifted personnel some items and all that. So if the spiritual care can also set out a platform, they're next door, what we also do, almost like an advert, so to say. So where they're handing out the, shirts and caps, and next another table is there where, oh, chaplains also I don't know, the awareness, the visibility. I want us to be visible, so to
Okay.
say.
So Nurses Week is going on now?
Not right now. We just had it. So, and I categorize some of them as um, short term, medium term, and long term. Some are annual events, and
Okay.
some are quarterly events.
Okay.
So within all those events, I would like to also,
Advertise spiritual care as self-care.
things like that.
Okay.
So that's what
So
I'm.
is there an event coming up where you will actually be able to do the project, not simply describe it?
Yeah, we're also gonna have hospital week. I think
Mhm.
before the year runs out. So because when they ask about timelines,
Right.
so that's when I'm gonna also be able to test that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. And you don't know when hospital week is going to be yet.
No, because I'm still, I wanted to, if I have this conversation with you, and I understand, I have a good understanding that it's okay to really, do
So
something like this.
Hospital Week for the state of California is in May,
Okay.
but I don't know if St. Agnes does something different. But what you would be looking for if you're going to try to connect it to an event is to connect it to an event before the CPE unit is over.
This particular unit?
Right, because the project is for this unit.
And there's just 2 weeks off.
That's right. That's why before when I was reminding you, I was saying, hey, don't let this catch up on you. But
And
if
okay, let me look at, I'll ask them about the volunteer because they have also a volunteer week. I'll go and check what's happening within the volunteer.
you could also create the flyer and go ahead and distribute the flyer, hang it up on wherever it is appropriate in your facility, and see if anybody, takes advantage of it. Because the point of the project is to do it during
And get feedbacks. Okay.
So you could also try that.
Okay. Or even, if possible, within my, clinical, activities. That's okay.
If you have a specific flyer, for example, that you created that was consistent, you could pass it out to some, you could hang it up. Those are ways that you're increasing the visibility, but it would need to be consistent. So whenever they saw it, they were like, you know what, let me call the chaplain on my lunch and have a visit with the chaplain. And so, all right, okay. That sounds like a good project.
Been worried. I said, well,
you worried?
Yeah, I hope it's, good to go. That's the point. So, but now
I think
you've
it's a
given
good
me
project, but you haven't done the research. You haven't, so that's a part of it. You want to take the moment to do a little research. Do you know, have you ever been on the ACPE website?
No, but I'll go after this. I'll go and.
So when you go on there, there's something that says news and resources.
Okay.
And then under news and resources is publications and research.
Okay.
And then there's all sorts of resources. You could pick any one of them.
Okay.
And just search your topic. You said colleague. It's kind of staff support or colleague support. So even when I Google that, not Google it, but when I put it in that search window, there aren't any, nothing comes up on that one publication, but there are other publications. And you can just search by that topic, get at least one article. And that will add to, perhaps what you might be doing. Let me see if this one has one. Yeah, it does. So a lot of articles come up when I use the topic staff support.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you want to get going?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Get on it. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. It's okay.
Okay. All
Have a beautiful time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks.